Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Holy Scripture is rich with choices and the need to choose one option which leads to life, or the opposite which brings death, destruction, or disappointment. There are really no multiple choice categories in the Bible, just as there are really not in our daily lives or our spiritual lives if we wish to be healthy. Moses tells the people of Israel to choose life or death. Jesus tells us to enter by the narrow gate, with the alternative wide gate, which he says many take, leading to disaster. The problem is that we tend, at least quite often, not to want to make difficult choices. We like options, we like entertaining different possibilities, perhaps even playing with fire. Yet to live well means that moment of choice, the one who will be your spouse, your vocation, even where you're to live or your place of work. A life of aimless possibilities is actually an aimless life, and brings with it the spiritual vacuity which so characterizes much of society. Life spent on screen with that portable monster that offers constant distraction is one of the causes of this spiritual void. With that little pocket God, there are most certainly choices, almost limitless, yet profoundly limiting, because it is an escape from reality. The Italian writer Umberto Eco once wrote a book called Travels in Hyperreality, describing some artificial things or reconstructions like the Eiffel Tower in Disney World as being more real than the original. If we can never make a firm decision, we are essentially crippled, or at least bound by unseen chains. We recall that great confusion over the word freedom, which today for most people actually means license, to do whatever I want, always with the rejoinder, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else, which of course it often does. Freedom, we know from our catechism, is the ability to choose the good, which of necessity involves rejecting certain other choices. As Scripture tells us so wisely, you cannot do everything your body wants. An amusing and powerful example of this is the encounter the prophet Elijah has with the so-called prophets of the idol and false god Baal. Remember the scene. The prophets of Baal are dancing around, trying to call on their God, who, because he doesn't exist, will not answer. Elijah jokes that he might be asleep or away. Then Elijah calls on the one true God, and he consumes the offering with fire. The critical line Elijah utters is the one we need to hear on a regular basis. He asks the prophets of Baal, "How long will you go on limping with two different opinions?" That image is so powerful. If one is limping, one is, to use one of its synonyms, hobbled. You cannot do what you want to do or are trying to do, like the prophets of Baal who cannot make the choice for the true God, the God of Israel. Limping between opinions means being forever shackled, weakened, and lost. Choose life, the good, the true, and the beautiful. Brethren, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, like a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.